Hello, it's John and Mike from brew-dudes.com, and we've been doing this silly YouTube channel for a long time now. And sometimes we do beer, most times we do beer, and then rarely we do cider. And my friend Mike has been experimenting with cider, and he has put before us 3 different ciders. And I'd love to know more about these before I start tasting them because, well, one is something when if you added something to this, then it's okay. But if you didn't, then there's something completely wrong.
I don't know
with
what
that
happened.
One. I have no idea what happened. All right, let's start from left
to right.
Our left to your right.
Yes.
Done.
So this, I think we tasted this.
Look how clear that is.
Yeah, we did a video on this not too long ago. This was Mike's quick cider process.
Oh, this is the quick cider.
This is the quick cider, but now with some age on it. And actually, I like it. I like it even more than the first time we tasted it.
Really?
Yeah. Because there was I'm getting it now.
So
I was going to say there was a taste that's aged out of it, but nope, it's there.
It's there. Tell me what yours, because I took a whiff of this and
there's
I thought.
a vinyl hose water type of taste to it. Right, don't you think? Like there's like a.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think that there's a memory from my youth of some medicine I had, like maybe
That's
when
not drinking from a water hose?
No, maybe it is, but
it's like a garden hose type thing to me.
No, it's more of like I had bronchitis and I had some medicine.
What's interesting is that this is a cider, right? So I didn't. It's not like I was on the brewing system and I was using hose water. I was in here, and I dumped like 3 3/4 gallon jugs of apple juice.
I'm tasting the vinyl now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know where that came from. I don't know if that's inherent to the cider post-fermentation.
Potentially.
If it's from the fermenter. I use the 3-gallon better bottles. Or if there really was like a, the funny thing is I don't know or did I pick that up from like the bottling bucket, or did I use a fresh piece of tubing?
Really? You think that's where it's from?
That's the only place I can. It has to either be intrinsic to the juice I used, or I picked up that vinyl tubing flavor from plastic somewhere in the process.
Did you buy that cheap juice from plastic bottles?
Yeah. I don't have one up here, but I think I showed it. But
Yes, you did.
I bought the supermarket brand. It's not quite a gallon, and I used 3 of them in a 3-gallon thing. So it was like 2.5 gallon ferment. With Nottingham.
My belief is that didn't come from your transfer process. That just came from it aging. And it got weird.
There's only one way to find out, and that would be to make a cider with that stuff again, like in stainless steel.
And see what happens. Yeah.
I don't know. And see if it's intrinsic to the juice. This juice, though, the reason why I tried this is because I was talking. I remember reading and hearing a podcast with like Drew Beecham, who has done a lot of cider stuff, saying that like great cider is not made in the juice phase, it's made in the post-ferment phase, and depending on what you do with it afterwards. And that's sort of what the rest of this project is. But anyway,
I'm putting that to the side.
Yeah, it's not.
It was okay when we tasted it.
When it's super cold, it's like, oh, that's nice, but it's not nice.
Now it's just.
I love the carbonation. It's carbonated nice. The clarity's good.
The clarity's wonderful.
See, now in that sip, I didn't get as much hose.
And nobody wants that much hose.
Yeah, but you're right. It finishes with like a sucrets type of.
That's what I'm saying. Like I really think that there's something like
because it's not Band-Aid. It's like and it's not quite menthol, but it is something. Anyway, we don't need to troubleshoot that thing.
We don't need to.
Okay, the next one is basically the same process. But then with 2 pounds of frozen raspberries.
Oh, raspberries!
Now, to be fair. It was crystal clear at one point, and life got away from me, and it sat on the raspberries far longer than I wanted to. So this haze is now a pectin haze from the raspberries. So it's a permanent haze. I suppose I could try and put some. I could have put. It's all bottled up now, so there's no changing it now. But I do have some pectic enzyme I could have put in here to see if I could break the haze. But anyway, what do you think about this one? It's got that. It's reminiscent a little bit of some of our sour beers.
Yeah.
And I'm again, I'm wondering if there's like a fermenter contamination, or if this is a function of sitting on the fruit too long, and I've picked up some of the seed character and a little bit too much of the skin character.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's why it's got that almost. There's raspberry under there somewhere, but I tasted it.
All right. Because I'm tasting the exact same.
He's like, I'm tasting it. You taste it.
No, this is horrible. Taste this, right? No, but I think there's that taste of what we've discussed before in some of your sour beers. That's like you say,
This project's
popcorn,
failing fast.
popcorn, celery.
It's got that popcorn thing.
Yeah.
And and so on this fermenter, when I tasted it while I was bottling it, after I was like, oh, you know what? Did I do a sour beer age in this plastic fermenter?
You may have.
I put a little question mark with a marker on top of that fermenter. Just because what I think I might do is take some extract, just some cheapo hops, brew a really cheap beer, put it in there and ferment.
And see what happens.
And see if it comes out with that. Then I know that plastic's contaminated, which I think would be great for this show to talk about. Once you contaminate plastic with your sour beer process, it is lights out. I mean, there is no getting away from it. I did soak that fermenter in some iodophor for a good long time, just to see if I could get rid of it. So that's a future project.
Interesting.
Okay, so the last one.
This is great.
You like this one?
Yes.
Well, all right.
This has.
I'll take 30%. So this one
We'll round up to 33
is the
and a third.
same thing
Yeah.
as this.
Yeah. With a lot of honey.
But this one has a full 1 pound honey bear in it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
So I'm calling this one a honey fortified cider.
Dude, that's wonderful. I like that a lot.
It has a mead quality to it.
Yes, it does, but I enjoy that. You could put this in as a cider.
I get some of this in the background though.
Really?
Which
I don't
makes
know.
me think that it's intrinsic to the juice. Like it's after you swallow it, just as you get some air in there, I can taste it.
It's not as prominent as you're picking up.
It isn't, and that might be the honey. So this one fermented longer. The reason why this guy sat so long is because I made these at the same time. So the yeast from this, I used Nottingham.
Yep.
I pulled the yeast from that. I poured 1 of my gallons of apple juice on that yeast cake, shook it around, and split it into the 2 new bottles. Put in the raspberries, put in the rest of the juice. The yeast is in there. Off it went. This one got the squeeze of honey, and I shook it until it was all in, and let it ferment. So
I like this one a lot. It's
the only thing is I don't understand is it's not very carbonated.
okay.
And this one isn't all that spritzy either, is it?
No, it's not.
It's more spritzy than that one. I just maybe these 2 bottles. I think I've had these 2 bottles in the fridge for a while because I kept on thinking I would try them. But now we're doing video, so those are the ones I pulled out for this video. But there's plenty of them back there that are at room temperature, so maybe they've carbonated up. I'll have to check it out. But this one is nice. The honey. Yeah. So this reminds me of. I don't make a lot of cider, but I didn't have time to brew. So somewhere there in October, November of 2018, I was just like, I need to ferment something. I just like, you know what, screw it. I think there was a cider podcast I listened to. I'm like, I just go buy a bunch of juice. I'm going to at least do this because I can at least do this. And I had Nottingham in the fridge. That's why I used it. And then I figured, you know what, I can make a project of this and just add some different ingredients and see what I get with cheap juice.
And that's what you got. I would say, well, I don't know if you're going to get a lot of carbonation on it, but you could enter it into a mead competition.
What is the apple mead word?
Cider.
Cider, right?
Yeah. Actually, it won a competition for cider.
And I could call it what, like petulant? Is it petulant?
Yes.
Is that the,
yes.
Yeah.
It's not still. It's not
a little
sparkling.
bit there, yeah.
But it's in between. Yeah.
It's like I missed the mark. Is what the petulant is French for I missed it.
In between, maybe.
Yeah.
I still think that you can just say like, look, it's there. It's not still.
Yeah. I have these in 12-ounce bottles. I should get them to like a competition. Just to have someone say, why is there garden hose in your cider?
Clearly, you used your garden hose. You didn't read the warning about using your garden hose to make your cider.
Yep.
I like this the most. Our sad cheapo cider has not. It's definitely like drink it quick, and then this. Oh man, what happened? You know.
I think it's contaminated.
You think so?
Carboy, yeah.
Oh wow.
I think that's it sat too long in the fruit, so that could be. That's probably at least 50% of it, but it is reminiscent of.
No, I think there's something there. I would love to know the question mark experiment to see if that.
Well, I've got a can of wheat malt extract liquid that I haven't used, so maybe I'll boil that up and throw it in that carboy and see what happens.
Just let it sit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ferment it, but I'll let it sit and see if it picks up weirdo flavors.
And then what are you going to do with that?
That carboy?
Yeah, throw it out.
I'll save it for future sour beers.
Okay. Really?
I don't know.
I don't.
So let me. Yeah.
I don't like that flavor.
This is a cider video, but
throw it out.
I'm thinking about restarting my sour program because there's something about how I've been doing it that is generating this flavor that's not great, and I think I want to do better. So I have that Michael Tonsmeyer book, American Sour Beers. So I need to go back and relook at that and think about how better to what this flavor is and how to get rid of it in the process. Because I'm not totally thrilled. I mean, behind me over here, I've bottled up a ton of sours towards the end of last year, and they all have a little bit of this, more or less, this thing, and it's not really enjoyable. But I had all the beer, so I bottled it up. We'll see. We'll see where we end up.
So how many plastic carboys do you have?
Oh, way too many.
Okay.
I've got at least, I think I had them all out here at one point. So I've cleaned up quite a bit.
So you got to go all stainless steel.
And that's why I've got for my clean brewing, I am going all stainless steel. That's why I have those buckets, right? For the clean brewing, I just really, I'm no more plastic for clean brewing. And what glass I have left, I'm going to transition my sour program into glass.
Okay.
I bought 2 brand new buckets a while back, like 2 years ago when I started the sour thing, thinking I was going to do that Solera.
Yep.
But I just have a feeling that the bucket process is sort of leading to some of the oxidation issues with the, I don't know. Like I said, this is a cider video, but we'll see.
That's right.
When next we taste some of the sour beers I've got bottled up, then
we'll compare it to your ciders.
We'll talk about the sour
and we'll
program.
Talk about the ciders.
Sour program. Yeah, we'll talk about ciders.
Anyway.
Oh, well.
Experiment with cider because, like our friend Drew Beecham, which we've had drinks with, we had beers with.
Long before we were all famous.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
Back at MIT.
Yep.
We had beers with that dude.
I'm sure he doesn't remember us.
And then he might remember us a little bit.
I did talk to him by email once.
Yeah. And he was like, Anyway, if you have the chance to make cider, look at all the wacko things you can do with it. Add raspberries, add honey, with varying results.
Yeah.
Look at you. Dude.
Use clean equipment, I think, is the answer.
No, I agree. And if you want to, use smaller sizes. 1 gallon batches, glass bottles.
That's true.
I think those are the tips.
Yep.
All right. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Cider on.
Yeah, brew on.
Cheers.